So it is 24 hours since I got the Tri-Sculpt with Sonobello. My setup is kind of cool. Got my hydration there and my beautiful, it's not going to be explicit, calm down. This is my sleeping setup. Yes, I am on in a whole full-length pad, like the little puppy pad things, but it's from literally the top of my bed down to the bottom. My caretaker is here sleeping. But yeah, it's been interesting. After 2 C-sections and VSG, this is the first surgery that I've had where I have cried at the pain. And I'm a tough cookie, but it's not pain at the incision site. I have a full front to back incision. I did not anticipate the pain that my actual stomach would feel. And I think that's just because of age, because of how long I've been poking and dealing with my stomach, having, people just touching on my stomach. So I've just been wrapping my mind around that pain and keeping up. Listen, I'm not an oxy girl. I'm not a heavy medicine chick. I cannot stand medicines. I cannot stand all the stuff. There are some things that I have to take for infection and swelling, bruising and things. When it comes to that oxy painkiller, y'all can have that. I'm a Tylenol girl all day long, if I have to. So far with this process, I think that the biggest takeaway for me is support. Before I even got into the surgery, just getting the preliminary stuff done, I had a meltdown. And the meltdown was a 2-day meltdown because when I saw the doctor the first time, she asked me like, hey, what's going on? And I was like, nothing, whatever. And she came in right before the surgery and I was crying. And she's like, oh, are these nervous tears? Girl, no. I've had 3 surgeries. I ain't nervous about nothing. But where I felt that things were different this time is when you're getting a procedure like this that is about you getting your body together as a woman. For me personally, I feel like another woman should be there. I feel like you should have your girls with you, whether that's your mom, your sister, if your daughter is old enough, your best friend that's a girl, because this is for the girls. I'm not saying that Sonobello does not do things for the men's, because they do. For me, I felt like this was an opportunity for girls. This was an opportunity for me to be surrounded by women who understood that I needed to be taken care of, handled, and tender, and be served with grace in a certain way. Not saying that my husband and kids were not an amazing support group. They are. But the difference between men and women is men don't understand that help looks different when you have surgery, when you are post-op. So a man just wants to do. Men just want to fix. That's what men do. Women are nurturing. So as my husband just wants to get everything done right, he wants me to 100% lean on him, 100% let him support me. That's not how women are. We're not going to do everything for you. We're going to empower you to do what you need to do. We're going to be there in case. But my husband, if it was up to him, he would carry me up and down the stairs, carry me in and out the bathroom. And that's not what I need right now. I need a girl who understands that I'm about to cry because my body looks different. And I'm not sad and upset about it, but my body looks different. I've been in this body for 33 years. Men don't get that. This body has carried me through 2 C-sections, VSG surgery. I just had a cyst on my wrist that I had to get removed prior to this surgery. I've had plastic surgery on my lip when I ran into a tree. Like, this body has been the home for so many life events for me. Men don't get that. They don't carry kids. They don't birth the babies. They're just the depositors. They water the seed. And for that, the connection that they have to their bodies will never be the same connection that women have to their bodies. Again, love my husband down. He is the best caretaker I could have ever asked for because I don't have that female support. Do I wish that I had a deeper relationship with my mom for her to be able to be there with me? Absolutely. It would be harder for me to allow her to be here because I would want my mommy, like that kid version of mom. And we're adults and things have happened. And I'm just not in that space. Would I have loved for my sister to be there? Absolutely. Me and my sister are not close at all. We grew up on 2 different sides of the world, which she knows nothing about me and I don't know too much about her. So that's not a presence that I would have wanted there. And this is no shade to my mom or my sister. Y'all just ain't my people and that's okay. But I have no friends. It's just me, my husband, and my kids. I don't have female support. And going through this as a woman, you know, it's hard. Now, granted, my daughter is amazing because when my husband told her that mommy is just sad, she wishes that she had girls, she was like, I can give her feminine. I can give her feminine. And if you know my daughter, she is comical. I can't even laugh, but she is so funny. And she, throughout this process, has been the only female support that I have, but she's 7. And I can't put all this on my 7-year-old. But the way that that girl has been loving on me, being patient with me, looking me in my eye and grabbing my face and saying, Mommy, you need to listen to me. You're not going to pick up anything. You're going to follow my rules, okay? Let me help you. You can't help me right now, I know, but you have to let me help you. She's 7. I don't want my 7-year-old doing that for me because she's 7. Do I appreciate it? Yes. Do I love her for it? Yes. But that's not what I meant by having a girl group around. Moral of this story is, what I will say is the biggest thing that I learned is that when you go through a life change that is deeper than health, that is strictly because you've done all the health work and now you're at the point where I just want to feel good about myself. I want to look in the mirror and feel good about the work that I've done. I want to see it. This is a room for a girl. This is a room for girls to hype you up. This is a room for your girls to be like, don't get sad. Don't start the regrets, because that's what happens during this for women. We start having regrets because of the pain. It's too unbearable. It's too much. And we already got hormonal things going on an everyday basis. But to have that girl group surrounding you, encouraging you, hyping you up, understanding your tears, understanding your emotions because they have them too. It just hits different. And I've realized that throughout this whole entire process, from first C-section, second C-section, VSG, and this surgery, my husband has been there and he's done the best that he can. But instead of being my caretaker, he's taken on my emotions. So he gets sad when I get sad. He's emotional when I'm emotional. And it's because he's never had support on his end to kind of help him figure this out, to navigate this. So he's been here with one child one time, here with a second child. You know, it's just been him and 2 kids or him and 1 kid. And then our parents would occasionally come in and step in and help. But it's typically been my husband since we were 20 years old. And as I love him for that, I just wish that I had more support, not only for me, but for him. So I am just processing that. But so far, I feel great. I don't have no fupa. I got a new coochie. I saw that. I was like, oh, girl, you got me a new coochie. I have a new coochie, which is amazing because it was all fat before. We're not going to talk about it. But I got a new coochie. I haven't seen if my tattoo has been removed. And once I see it, and if it really has been removed, I'm going to cry because I've been trying to remove that tattoo for forever. This has been a process. I am grateful. Shout out to my doctor, Dr. P. Beautiful Black women. Amazing to be in the medical field. I appreciate y'all so much. Being tender with my feelings, treating me like I was a girl's girl after completely crying and it being a disgusting mess. I appreciate y'all so much for being my support throughout that process. You have no idea. Just that little 5-minute moment got me through the entire surgery without having a meltdown while y'all were actively doing the surgery. So I appreciate you guys so much. The whole Sonobello team, y'all have been so kind to me, and I appreciate it so much because kindness is hard to come by, especially in the medical field as a Black woman, especially as a patient that is a Black woman, and especially just in the world in general. But I do appreciate you all very, very much. I'm excited to see my body because I know y'all did good. I know y'all did that, and I can't wait to show it off. That's all.